Happy Monday, guys. Today is I don't know if you can call it a haul or an unboxing or what you want to call it, but we are unboxing this brand new Overlocker. I don't know, I just had a urge like a week ago, just said like I'm ready for it, I want to try one, I really want, you know, all the projects that I make taken to the next level. So it's time. It is time. Yeah, so I ordered it like a week ago. I also ordered some extra thread, because you need a lot of thread when you do overlocking. This morning, honestly guys, I've been keeping myself for 2 days opening it just for you, for your sake. Maybe a little bit for mine as well, because I want to see my reaction. But I've been keeping this like in the box for 2 days. But this morning I also knew that I was filming and I was just like, I can't wait anymore. So I YouTubed a bit of videos on like tips and tricks on overlocking and everything. Maybe a little scared, to be honest. I really hope that that this works out, but I think I'll just need a few tries to really get it right. So let's not prolong my pain anymore and open this baby up. I'm so excited.
I get that.
Let's start with the thread. I ordered black and white because I think those are the most, should we call it, usable options. Probably the white. I did see some really good tips this morning also on like how to change thread and stuff. I can link those videos down below. But now it is time. It's open, it smells completely new, I love it. Still a little scared, but also very, very excited. I think even more so excited. I just opened this one to see if it's like to see what's behind. And they have threaded it, which I think is a really, really neat thing actually. It's one of the things that can go wrong when you work with an overlocker, like all those 4 threads and all the how do you set it up is much easier on a normal sewing machine, obviously. It also came with like a set of tools. I see that there are some tweezers in here, which I know is a good thing. Again, with the threading of the machine, you kind of need those need that little bit of extra help probably. The needles are there, and a few other tools. I have the foot here and also have the full manual. Yeah, let's just try and get her set up, shall we? I can see that my burnette is visible in the background here. I've been sewing a lot the last few days. Yeah, I don't know, it feels kind of big, you know, adding another machine to the fam. I love my burnette so much. So my burnette is definitely not going anywhere. I'm gonna use both of them quite extensively, I think. So yeah, I feel myself rambling. It's probably because I'm excited. I'm gonna try and get her set up, and then let's see if we can try on a piece of fabric. So the machine is all set up. Unfortunately, I did not get it on camera, but like my first reaction was, this is so cool. My family's been laughing at me because I think this is like, I don't know, if you like sewing, if you're into this kind of stuff, you know what I mean. It's a big deal when you get your first overlocker, so yeah. I've set it all up. Threading her was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I just followed the guide and was also a bit helped by the video that I saw this morning. I kind of knew what I was expecting. And then going into it, I just had to like take it slow and really take my time. I really understand why you get a pair of tweezers, because it's so much more difficult to get the thread through all of the holes than it is on a normal machine. What I've done is that I've taken 4 like scrap pieces of fabric. So I have this fabric that you also recognize on the test project from last week. So I have this one, which is really thin, not stretchy or anything, it's just really thin. And then I have a jersey fabric that's stretchy. Also have a normal like cotton non-stretchy fabric, a bit like the test fabric that actually came with the machine. And then I have this satin patch as well, which is it's actually the same as the lining fabric on the yellow feather boa pink lining dress. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's probably the project that I'm most proud of. But it's from the linings. It's satin. It's obviously a bit more slippery. So now I'm just going to take my time and test out what it feels like to sew on the machine, how I feel about the different settings. There's something about the foot that you can make a setting for in terms of like how stretchy or thin or whatever your fabric is. And then also the tension of the thread, like how much tension do you need depending on the fabric. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll tell you my findings. Let's jump forward to when I've chest sewn all of these. Okay friends, I can't even begin to tell you how cool this is. I'm so excited for the projects that I'm going to make. Stay tuned, because next week is going to be a white dress. But that's not important right now. I've tested out and my fear is gone, because I think it's pretty easy to do all of the settings that I want to do. I'm going to show you the fabrics that I just tested on. I'm really happy I did that I had like 4 different types of fabrics to test on. So let's jump into that before we say goodbye for today. First fabric I tried was this blue fabric, and you'll see on the very first piece here that the loops are going like outside of the fabric. And I'm really happy I watched that video again this morning, because it was a really easy fix. It was just about adjusting where the knife goes. So on the inside here you have your, oh, I didn't even need to open, but you have your foot so that you can see it goes in and out. So that was a really easy adjustment to make. So that was the first thing I got to try, because on the second round the cut was much better, but I could see that the hoops were a bit loose still. So on the third one, which turned out really, really good, there's still a little bit here and there, and I'm gonna learn it, but you can see that it's much better than the second one in terms of the tension on the thread. So I must say that this machine is incredibly easy to use. I've never even touched an overlocker in my life before, so just adjusting the over and under hoops here kind of fixed that problem, or at least made it better. So I'll just have to play around with the tension of the thread. That's one thing I want to say for an overlocker. Like when you sew with your regular machine, everything is pretty straightforward. You don't have to do that much with the settings. It's more about what stitch you want, stitch length, and so on, and that's obviously all digital and really easy. So here it's a lot more like getting in tune with your machine, I think. But I just adjusted these two, and that made it a lot easier. For the t-shirt fabric, so this really stretchy fabric, it was all about adjusting the feeder of the fabric, and you have those settings. You have that setting over here. So what I did was, for the t-shirt fabric, now I can't remember if it was up or down, I think it was up. It all says in the manual, but I adjusted this up, I think, to avoid, you can see how it's almost been gathered a bit here. So as I did that adjustment to that setting, I had a perfect t-shirt stitch come out on this like super stretchy fabric. So that's really cool, because stretchy fabrics is always something that can be a bit difficult, especially if you're new to sewing. I'm not, but I'm new to overlocking, so this was really cool to see. And on the note of getting a fabric to actually gather a bit, on a normal machine you just use your gather foot, or you would use a loose stitch. Sorry if you can hear some kids in the background here, but you would use a loose stitch and then gather your fabric. But you can kind of do that with the overlocker. So here's my first test strand, turned out perfectly on this like stiff cotton. And on the second one, purposely, I decided to let the machine gather the fabric a bit, so you can see that here. So if you play around with that setting, I'm sure that it will be quite easy and nice actually to do these gatherings. Yeah, that is all for today, guys. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. I don't know why, it just feels very big to me. I'm very excited to see how I can heighten the quality of the projects that I do sew. So stick around, because the next few DIY videos will definitely have overlocking in them. Once again, I'll link the helpful videos that I found below, and then I'll see you next Monday. Bye!